At the end of this 10-minute video, you'll have learned to read a fifth set of Hebrew letters, reaching the finish line of the Hebrew alphabet. But before we make the final dash, let's review what you learned in the last video. Name this letter. Nun. And this one? Final nun, or nun sufit. And this one? Samech. What's this letter? Ayin. And what's this one with the dot inside? Pe. What sound does it make? P. Read this word. Pesach. It's the original Hebrew word for Passover. Now, read it unvocalized. Pesach. Now, read this word. Nisan. It's the name of the Hebrew month in which Passover takes place. And what's this letter called when there's no dot in it? Fe. What sound does it make? F. And what's this letter? Final Fe, or Fe Sofit. Read this phrase. Chof Yam. It means sea coast. See those two dots next to the patach a vowel? You can ignore them, pronouncing what you see as a. Now read this word. Afifon. It means kite. Ready to finish the alphabet? Yalla! This is the letter tzadi. It makes a ts sound. It's all twisted, like a pretzel. It looks a lot like the letter ayin, but while ayin looks pretty straightforward, tzadi is a lot more twisted. And here's final tzadi. Tzadi sofit. It's basically the tzadi whose bottom drops downwards. Read this word. Utz. It's the Hebrew word for Oz, as in the Wizard of Oz. And this one. Mitzad. It's one of the Hebrew words for parade. This is the letter Kuf. It looks like the English letter Q backwards and makes a K sound, just like Kaf. But unlike Kaf, the letter Kuf always makes the K sound, regardless of whether there's a dot inside. Here's the letter Resh. It looks like a backwards R. Most Israelis pronounce it with a guttural R sound, similar to the French R, but some make the trilled R sound, as in Spanish and Italian. You can pick the pronunciation that works best for you. Read this word. Kar. It means cold. And this one. Karir. It means cool. Try to read it without the vowel marks. Karir. This is the letter Shin. Shin shares 3 columns going up. When Shin has a dot on the right side, it makes the sh sound. But when Shin has a dot on the left, it makes the s sound. We even call it a different name, Sin. You can tell which is which by remembering that while Seattle, starting with S, is on the left side of the United States, Chicago, featuring the sh sound, is towards the right side. And if Chicago isn't far enough to the geographic right for you, try New Hampshire. Read this name. Shlomo, or Shlomo. It's the original Hebrew for Solomon. Read this word. Simla. It means dress. And here's the final letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Taf. Taf looks sort of like a tough guy, standing with his arms crossed and his foot sticking out to the side. Taf makes the T sound. There's also one more vowel mark you need to know. Look at the 3 dots situated diagonally under Taf. These 3 dots are called a kubutz and make the U sound. Read this word. Tupim. It means drums. Now read the names of these Israeli towns and cities. Tel Aviv. And this one. Tiberia. That's Tiberias. And this one. Tzfat, or Safed. And this one. Akko, or Akko, or Acre. And this one. Ashkelon. What does this one say? Ra'anana, or Ra'anana. And this one? Modi'in. And this one? Be'er Sheva, or Beersheba. And what about this one? Haifa, also pronounced Haifa. And this one? Givat Ze'ev. And finally, this one. Yerushalayim. This is Jerusalem. Now, try some of them in different fonts and unvocalized. This is Tzfat, or Safed. And this one? This is Akko, or Acre. And this one? This is Modi'in. And this one? This is Tel Aviv. And last but not least, this one. That's Yerushalayim, or Jerusalem. You now know all the letters of the Hebrew alphabet and can start decoding any Hebrew text printed in common fonts. Kol HaKavod. Test yourself and practice reading at read.ulpan.com. Thank you for using our tutorials to learn to read Hebrew. We hope you've enjoyed them. Brought to you by Ulpan La Inyan. www.ulpan.com.